We are here live in the Copa, Virginia quarterfinals for the men's absolute cash prize division. We have Diallo Braithwaite in the green shorts and Marcelo Alcocer in the purple belt ranked rash guard. Diallo, absolutely no stranger to the Copa, Virginia cash prize division. He's won a couple of them here over the years. Really exciting style, but Marcelo has been on fire today in his earlier division matches and has been showcasing really good and exciting wrestling and passing.
And a pretty typical response from Diallo here, pulling guard. That's what we usually see from him. But also, earlier in the day, we saw Marcelo have some really incredible wrestling. Great double and a great single. So strategically for Diallo here, the guard pull takes away what we have already seen as one of Marcelo's strong attributes.
Yeah, and in his last match here, that's where he scored all of his points, was really in the takedowns. And so Diallo eliminates that. We know Diallo has an extremely strong guard that we've seen tested time and time again versus bigger competitors in the absolute division. You know, bigger and smaller competitors in the absolute division over the years. It should funnel right into the game that he wants to play here.
Diallo doing a nice job gripping a head and arm grip.
Potentially going to shuck to the back here on this.
Looking to shuck to the back or the sweep, but Marcelo does a nice job moving his hips over in a way that prevents the sweep and somehow was able to drop his elbow in to block the back take there. Really nice defensive work from Marcelo.
Yeah, absolutely there.
Diallo moving back to that head and arm.
Marcelo putting a ton of pressure into the teeth of Diallo there. Diallo potentially going to look for a triangle or an armbar out of this position, potentially even going to look for the crush arm sweep there. Real classic in recent years. This violent arm lock sweep, Tsumagaeshi sweep over top with that arm crush there. Also has a nice violent arm lock that he can throw. Marcelo does a very nice job of stepping out of that, trying to get around the guard, but Diallo retains it. We're going to have the referee reset them into the center of the match with just over 5 minutes to go.
Marcelo's forward pressure here has been really impeccable, but we have seen Diallo deal with this kind of forward pressure at even higher weight differences over the years. So I don't think he's uncomfortable with this sort of setup here.
Yeah, it takes a lot to make Diallo uncomfortable. Again, we've seen him in some matches versus some huge folks in the cash prize divisions over the years, and really always game for it and always hunting for the sub,
and often getting it.
Yeah, usually getting it, honestly, most of the time. Diallo looks to be trapping the hands in a way where I think he's going to try to go for an armbar or a triangle. Again, staples of his game. He's crawled up onto the hip here. He's going to try to go high guard. Marcelo with a nice kind of stepping up, getting back over top of the guard, trying to go over a double underpass here on Diallo, but Diallo has that nice arm hook, really preventing the drive through on top from Marcelo. Diallo can potentially go choi bar here if Marcelo is not super diligent with the pressure on the other leg.
Marcelo shelving Diallo's top leg here. He's going to have a hard time. He's not going to be able to pass through the right because of the way that Diallo has that arm gripped up. Diallo leveraging that well.
Very nice shot at the triangle, but Marcelo identifies it, recognizes, pulls out, then drives back in to try to get through the guard of Diallo. Again, the timing that Marcelo has is very impressive. We don't see a lot of guys have the diligence to kind of recognize where Diallo is going to go and the speed Diallo usually works at.
And Diallo has a game where he will lull people into a false sense of safety and then work really fast to finish subs. And Marcelo's doing a nice job staying calm during that safety period and then responding when Diallo makes his move. Mm-hmm. This is a very decent matchup. Diallo looking to scoop the leg now, trying to bring his body weight in underneath Marcelo.
Diallo entering in the legs. We know Diallo is a great leg locker. He gets on top and gets the 2 for the sweep with just under 3 minutes left to work. Diallo Braithwaite up 2-0 in the quarterfinals of the men's absolute cash prize division here at Copa, Virginia.
Ref resets him to the center of the mat. Marcelo stands. Probably looking to wrestle here, but Diallo.
Really nice pull from Diallo. He gets the grip, he keeps it, he sits down.
Smart work there.
Yeah. A little bit of a headbutt there. from Marcelo. Diallo locks up a Darce choke here. I can't see if he has the grip through or not. Immediately hunting towards the back.
And that's a version of a pass that we've seen work for Marcelo so far today. Diallo game for it, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Potentially can step over here for the crucifix choke or just to take the back normally. It looks like he's going to try to trap that arm as he comes through. Diallo doing a nice job of driving his heel into the elbow pocket there of Marcelo. Going to stretch him out. Nice backside crucifix here. Again, Diallo has been a pretty decent MMA fighter over the years, capturing multiple belts at different weight classes. So him getting into a dominant pinning position is no surprise to us here on commentary.
Diallo has that inside arm wrapped up pretty nicely, but Marcelo doing a nice job getting his chest square for just a second long enough to clear the crucifix position. Diallo right back into it, though.
Diallo did something that was, I think, really underrated there. Most people in that position on that wrestle up will get turned over. Diallo got his hips far enough out to avoid getting turned over. That is very impressive. Diallo pressuring down low. I can't see if he has the arm again in that crucifix position.
Looks like he does as far as I can see. Still struggling a little bit to get the far arm into the full crucifix position to start really taking advantage of the tools that are available from that position. But that inside arm or that near side arm is locked in pretty nice with his legs here.
Yeah, he's got a nice 2-on-1 there on the cross side arm. You know, the crucifix position is such a hard position to defend out of. You have to work for the arm lock on the one side with the legs. You also have to now defend the neck with one arm, and your opponent has two arms to deal with that. So one arm to block your hand down, and the other one to continue fighting under the neck. 45 seconds remaining here.
Diallo is up 2-0.
Diallo punching the choke in here. Diallo is a phenomenal finisher here.
So is in trouble. 30 seconds left. That choke is in very tight, and Diallo finishes.
Yeah, very, very nice finish from Diallo Braithwaite. With 25 seconds remaining, he advances into the semifinals of the men's absolute cash prize division here at Copa, Virginia.